Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Right now, Kanye West is currently trending on Twitter, Instagram, and other platforms because he was on Alex Jones Infor Wars show and he was making some wild ass comments and wild ass fucking approach, and it's just crazy. Some of the full episode is currently streaming on the various YouTube channels, and I'm kind of like keeping a touch on them. But there were a couple of comments that he made that's just kind of like rocket out, and it's some wild ass comments. And right now he's currently trending. There's just a lot of like crazy stuff like is being said, but it's gaining traction on Twitter right now. A lot of people are commenting as to some of the wild stuff, but I'm just gonna jump right into actually what he said, just so that you can kind of like hear for yourself. You can find me on Twitter if you want to, on my Twitter account at Potoloboy. But yeah, this
well, that's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also.
That's some
the
fucking,
Jew. I love.
That's some fucking bullshit. That is a fucking wild ass statement to make. That's just disgusting. I don't care. I don't care what your brain is doing at this point in time, Kanye, but that right there was such a fucking stupid comment.
Everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love.
Dog whistle. That's what he's doing right now. Dog whistle. I don't know why they put this video
us. And you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts. And you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician.
Bullshit.
You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications.
Bullshit.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
That right there is some wild ass shit. I'm sorry, Kanye, he's lost the plot for a while, but every time it keeps coming back, he keeps digging himself in a fucking hole and saying some fucking outlandish shit because he's trying to pander to a base. That's what he's trying to do. Because this was the same thing a lot of black Americans saying when he was fucking dissing black Americans and dissing black people in general. But we weren't taken seriously. And people tend to want to forgive him. Don't get me wrong. I was in that boat where I was like, I'm all about the music. Everything else from that, I can actually criticize him for his stance and some shit. Even when it comes to his music, I could criticize him when it comes to his music. But there's just some stuff that just goes away just a bit too far, and this is one of it.
How about that one? Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you gonna do anything to fix Chicago? They want to separate and confuse.
Why don't you go fix Chicago then? Because you've been talking Chicago for decades, but you ain't doing shit. Why don't you go fix it? Why don't you go run? Oh, you try to run, but people don't want to fuck with you.
Use the Christians and make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to
R. Kelly, a fucking predator.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, a fucking predator.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because Jesus.
The motherfucker's trying to compare himself to Jesus. You ain't fucking Jesus, Kanye. You ain't Jesus. You ain't nobody. You ain't close. You ain't close to any of the disciples. You ain't none of them. You just some spoiled ass motherfucker that thinks he can just say anything he wants to say and get away with it. And then when people try to fight back against you, you try to pivot.
Can save everyone. But if the Zionists can get us so afraid that they're going to do what
the Zionist dog whistle trying to pigeon people.
They've been doing to me, attempting to put me in jail, freeze my accounts, smearing me on the media.
Nobody is smearing you on the media, Kanye. Nobody's doing that apart from yourself. Because that was the same thing you said about slavery. That was the same thing you said about various people. You're the one that's saying shit. And then when people come up, and stand up against you, you run around and try to cry, oh no, I hope they're coming after me. No. If you can't take criticism, then shut the fuck up.
Media, all of these things. You put on the whole armor of God and they will not be able to break your spirit.
Oh, man, go sit down somewhere, Kanye, man. Kanye, go sit down somewhere. I'm not surprised even your ex-wife and they want to stay away from you because they're aware of your bullshit. I'm not surprised that people in the industry want to stay away from you because they're aware of your bullshit. I'm not surprised someone like Jay-Z that was quite close to you, Beyonce that was quite close to you, want to fucking stay away from you because they're well aware of your bullshit. People can try to justify this because they say mental health, the death of your mother and that kind of stuff. No, I'm sorry. you can have mental health issues, and we can also criticize you for saying some dumb shit. And this right here is some dumb shit. And that's why right now you're being fucking roasted online. And people are challenging you back. But then you choose to want to go onto platforms whereby people can't challenge you on those platforms. That's what you're doing. You're running away from the smoke. Because you know you can't keep up with it. And every time it was like that. Was it TMZ? When he was talking about slavery, and then that person in TMZ stood up against another black man. Was like, nah, we ain't taking that shit from you. We saw how you cowered away from that. And that's the problem. And that video is not just the only video. He was doing some wild shit on Infor Wars. Like a lot of wild shit on Infor Wars. Like it's just crazy, man. This guy needs to go and sit down somewhere. Just go sit down somewhere. Take your medication if you didn't take your medication. Go see a therapist if you need to go see a therapist. But just get the fuck away from media. That's what he needs to do, man. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this. If there's any more to report or to kind of like comment on, I'll do that. But with that being said, on to the next one.